So today I want to talk to you about my travel to Belize. If you don't know, Belize is located in Central America and the capital of Belize is Belmopan. Just a little bit of knowledge. So my why behind visiting Belize was to celebrate a friend's birthday, and just for sake of this video and confidentiality, I'm going to refer to her as SJ. So SJ was embarking on another year of life and we wanted to celebrate in a big way. So we found these really good deals online for a flight, I think it was a direct flight to Belize. And so neither one of us have ever been to Central America, so we were like, we both have an itch, a travel itch, right, to go anywhere in the world. Why not Belize? This is a phenomenal deal. It was through American Airlines, and I believe the ticket for the flight was roughly $350. So it wasn't too bad. And not like Paris, if you've seen my other video, this was all intentional, all planned, and we did not leave 3 days prior to booking our flight. So, okay, just a little bit of background. One thing we were like debating about was whether or not to rent a car when we got there or to rely on public transportation. So my thoughts were we should not rent a car because there's a lot of unknowns that we don't know. We don't know what the speed limit is, although we can research it. We don't know how quickly, how fast people drive. It's a lot of things we don't know. We don't know if there's construction happening, how bad the roads may be. So long story short, we ended up renting a car from a very reputable company, Enterprise, so everything worked out. However, after our first night there, we unfortunately had a flat tire because the roads are kind of bad in Belize. So luckily, Enterprise came, they took out the bad one, gave us a whole new rental car, so everything was fine. After the second day, we had more car issues, except this time it was a little bit more severe. While SJ was driving, we went over a speed bump and we went a little bit too fast. So if you know anything about Belize, there's very minimal to no street signage. So everything is a surprise. If you're coming to a speed bump, it's a surprise. If you come into a pothole or 2 or 3, it's a surprise. So yeah, unfortunately we went over a speed bump a little bit too fast and it did something to the bottom of the car, right? So the entire way, we had to listen to this very annoying squeaking sound, but it's okay. We just went along with it. So our first day there, like I said, we got from the airport, went straight to pick up our rental car, went to our lodging. So we didn't stay in a hotel per se. It was more of a cabin or a log. And so if that makes sense. And so, the exterior was wooden, just log. And then the interior was just beautiful. And I'm going to share some pictures just to show you.
Okay guys, so I looked all over and I could not find my photographs from the place where we stayed. So this will have to suffice. I pulled these from the internet, actually from Ian Anderson's Cave Branch actual website. So as you can see, the pictures are a little bit different from what I described, but rest assured, this is the place where we stayed. From the shower to the beds, everything is pretty much on point.
When I tell you it was a straight up adventure, we were in the wilderness, in the woods, trees everywhere, and it was you and nature. When you went into the room, I don't know if you saw the pictures a few moments ago, but when you went into the room, there was 2 beds in there, so I think we had the bungalow suite. It had 2 beds, a bathroom, a shower, and then a shower on the exterior. So say for example, you just got done, hiking or enjoying some fun excursions and you wanted to come back and take a shower before your shower, if that makes sense. Get the dirt off of you outside at the outside shower and then come in and enjoy a nice hot shower. So that was amazing. I loved it. So anyways, like I was saying, there was 2 beds in there. I gave SJ, we decided to let SJ get the bigger bed because obviously we're celebrating her birthday. I got the little tinier, it wasn't tiny, but I got the smaller bed, which was near the window and near the door, which I was a little concerned because, in the lodging, right, the room, there was no shutter on the window, right? There was no shade, no shutter, nothing. It was just, me and my bed and then the outside, the critters, the wilderness. So it was definitely an adventure in that sense. It was raining the first night. because Belize, you know, a storm was just passing over real quick. So when we first arrived, you know, we tried to get something to eat. So we ended up going to, I believe, one of the restaurants near the airport. I forgot what it's called. But the owner decided to give us a tour, and like I said, they were just had a bad storm pass over. We went around October-ish, and there was a lot of destruction. And so he was explaining to us how it was definitely expected, as it is every year, but the Belizean people always have a mind to work. And so it was just the end result, like how we talked about having a mind to work and just always working and just rebuilding the infrastructure in their restaurants was just a beautiful, very admirable story. So man, kudos to the Belizean people. Y'all are it.
So this is one of the places that we stopped first just to get some food and rest a little bit. As you can see, there's a little bit of damage, a little bit of debris from the storm that had just passed over, but this area actually wasn't that bad compared to some of the other places around that area. Unfortunately, I don't have any footage of that, but I still wanted to share this.
Yeah, we ended up getting some food, and then that's when we went to our lodging. So back to lodging. Yeah, so you're pretty much there with the outside world, and so it's cool, but literally every night there was like a creature in our bathroom. So like whether it was a lizard or like a leopard, I think those are the same thing, like a gecko. It was crazy, but it was really fun, and they never like hurt us or anything. You know, they just kind of stayed to the side. We didn't bother them, they didn't bother us. It was just, oh, and frogs too. There were frogs in there, so it's crazy. So yeah, we got set in our lodging and just stayed in that night. And actually, it was a little rough getting to sleep because, of course, you're in a different area. And we heard, like, I guess, the residue from the storm. So it was a really bad rain, heavy rainfall. So it was not like your typical, you know, Sacramento rain. No, it was more of like Austin, Texas, Louisiana, you know, Nashville, Tennessee, that it was crazy, man. Like that rain was coming down so hard, and so I'm thinking all types of stuff in my head, like we're gonna be stranded, just all types of crazy stuff. But eventually I ended up going to sleep and all was well. So the next day we woke up, rise and shine, gave God the glory, went to breakfast, and then we did some sightseeing, and then our excursions, right? Our excursions were super, super fun. We went through, I think, 2 separate companies. So it was Butts Up Cave Tubing and Slick Rock Adventures. So, but I think they ended up giving us like this really good deal, like this package deal. So I want to say we paid no more than $140 for our tours, excursions, off the hook, right? And food was included. You can't beat that. So we did cave tubing, zip lining, and we rode the ATVs. So I will start with cave tubing. That was definitely a memorable experience. I have a couple of brief videos and some pictures to share. Long story short, you better know how to swim. Luckily we had life coats, and yes, I know how to swim. And so there was like a little hike that you had to get through in order to get to the other side, you know. So we hiked a little bit. Along the way, they gave us some history and some background about the trees and the nature and how, you know, some of the plants back in that day were used as like a form of healing. And so when we made it to the end of that first hike, we got to like this cross point. There's like a thin yellow rope, which you'll see in the video, and we had to hang on to that rope so that we didn't drift away with the water in order to get to the other side, right? So we're hanging on to the rope, we're walking across the water to get to the other side. Finally, we made it, and then we had to do a little bit more hiking, technically, and which was pretty interesting and fun. And so finally, we got to the water area. That's when we got on our tubes and everything, and it was just smooth sailing from there. And then I want to say maybe 15-20 minutes into everything, our tour guide yelled out, "Butts up, butts up." Now we know means lift your butt up off the tube, because we're coming to a very shallow part of the water and you don't want your butt to hit the rock or to get injured. Man, when I tell you, we were not expecting that. That was not in the fine print, but hence is why it's called Butts Up Cave Tubing. Anyways, still loved it. Definitely recommend it. 2 thumbs up. We got past the shallow part and we came toward the actual cave, which was pitch black. Like, I don't know if this is a good example, but it was like black like this, maybe even darker than this. So it was crazy, right? So in my mind again, I'm thinking, what type of birds are in here? What type of species? Are there any bats? Of course there were bats. It's a cave, duh. So he was like, if you be very quiet, you can actually hear the bats. So we were quiet, and we heard the bats, and we seen the bats. And I was ready to leave the bats. But no, it was all in all a great experience. I still give it 2 thumbs up. I was happy to see that there was, you know how they say light at the end of the tunnel? There was light at the end of the cave, and I couldn't wait to get out because I just was ready to be back where we were. So after that, again, smooth sailing, and we just, you know, we got to ask our tour guide some questions. He, you know, told us a little bit about himself, his life, his wife, his children. It was just, man, beautiful. That's why I love to travel, just to get to know people, right? So after we finished the cave tubing, we went to zip lining. Oh, that was tiring because we had to do some more hiking. Yay! So after we finished hiking, we got to do like, you know, a couple of back and forths of the zip lining. Definitely experience. I definitely recommend zip lining anywhere you go because it's an opportunity just to see everything, like from a bird's eye, if that makes sense, bird's perspective. So after we finished the zip lining, we went immediately into riding the ATVs. That was super, super, super fun. Again, adventurous. Our tour guide for that activity was very young, like younger than us, like probably in his teenage years. And he gave us one piece of direction. And that one piece of direction was, don't get stuck. Y'all don't understand how many questions were going through my mind when he said it. I was like, okay, well, first off, how many people have reported getting stuck? Have they been injured? How did they get unstuck? Am I gonna get stuck? So luckily I didn't get stuck. Unfortunately, SJ ended up getting, I almost said her name. SJ ended up getting stuck, and it was hilarious. I think I have pictures. I think I have a brief video to show. So just watch. Okay, can I get you on camera? Is that okay?
Me?
Yes.
That's $5.
$5.
It's okay. So this is the river. The name of the river is known as the Sibun River. This is the point that we're going to be starting up, and this is where you're going to end up on your tubes. Okay?
All right.
You'll be crossing the river. Use the rope to get across. Once we get across, the trail far to the right hand side, that's where we're going to be hiking on. Okay?
All right.
Be careful with the loosened rocks. A little bit of a steep hill. If you drop, watch your language.
Okay. Oh, he's just kidding. So, oh my gosh, we're about to go across this river, like literally walking across the river right now. All right, bye.
Oh, here we are, just a little R&R, chilling in a river in Belize, just taking everything in.
2, 5, that's 2, and 4 more to make it. Just for them to know who's the one that's going to be sacrificed.
I'm not going to get sacrificed. Jesus is the only sacrifice. The ultimate sacrifice. No.
Yeah, he was the only one that was sacrificed for our sins. You're right. You're right. But you're going to figure it out that if you would be playing with water out throughout the day, you wouldn't be washed away.
That's pretty cool. So 2, 5, and 4.
2,
2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh,
29.
got it.
That's how it's right.
Cool.
29.
Sade's a sacrifice today.
I'm not.
Crikeys! Whoa!
Everyone hang on for dear life.
This is what I like to refer to as our jungle joyride. As you can see, we clearly were driving like 175 miles per hour.
Yes.
All right. Any last words?
Don't drop my phone.
Here comes the birthday girl coming in on her, I think this was her last round of zip lining. I'm not sure, but she had heck of fun. Oh, and by the way, I cannot upload the picture of her getting stuck while we were doing the ATV. My iPhone just won't let me be great.
Good. All right.
Hilarious. Like, you have to have been there. Oh my gosh, so much fun. So after we finished riding the ATVs, we went and got some food, the staple food, which was rice, beans, and chicken. I never got tired of eating it. It was so good. Like, almost every restaurant we went to obviously had it, but it was like a different just taste. Like, it was just amazing. So after we finished eating, we went back to our lodging, called it a night. Had a couple issues with the car, but you know, that didn't stop us. And then I want to say the next day we visited the Mayan ruins. We met up with another tour guide, Miss Peggy, who I met through a mutual friend here in Sacramento, who had a friend who is related to Miss Peggy, right? It's crazy how all that happened. I truly thank God. So we met up with Miss Peggy. She took us to the Mayan ruins. Guess what, guys? We did about 3 hikes there. The Mayan ruins, like, if you don't know what those are, Google it. These tall pyramid things, and like, it's beautiful sight to see. And as soon as we made it to the top, like 20-30 minutes later, maybe like 10 minutes later, but it felt like 30 minutes. She gave us like some history about everything, about the Belizean people and the times back in the day. So it was just super cool. After that, we went on another tour. I don't know if I would call it a tour, but we went hiking yet again, but it was like a more mild hike, right? So nothing too serious. And Miss Peggy took us to feed the monkeys, right? So we got more history about the animals in Belize, and then we actually got to do a mini mile hike with Miss Peggy didn't come with us. She took us there, but she waited for us. That was smart, Miss Peggy. So, and I'm gonna show some videos after this. The guy there, I forgot his name, but really nice guy. He was so funny, and he had like these long dreads. He was telling us, you know, history about the monkeys and like the familial, the relationship between the child and the mom monkey. And then I remember him saying because of the weather, the monkey child needed to be attached to its mother. And he basically was saying how we were gonna have to go on another hike. By this time, I was exasperated. I was so tired, my feet were hurting, and I was annoyed by the large ants, right? Because, you know, of course you carry bug spray, you put on bug spray, but that seems to draw the bugs more. Ridiculous. Like, what's the point of it? Anyway, so then SJ was like, yeah, let's do it. And you'll hear me in the background. I was like, yeah, no, I'm good. I've seen it. This is great. Like, let's go. So anyways, that was funny, and it was also just hilarious. But definitely enjoyed ourselves, giving that guy and Miss Peggy 2 thumbs up. Oh, and the monkeys 2 thumbs up too. Yes, let's do it. Mark, set, go.
getting bit up. I have like 5,000 mosquito bites. But this is beautiful, right? So right now we're learning about the Mayan ruins and how the people back then praised and gave worship. So this is just amazing. We just hiked up about 50,000 stairs, literally.
A little on the fourth.
We hiked all the way up these stairs. Can't see them all, but it's a few of them. Hiked all the way up. No.
Catch the other tribes, and in order to show the chief,
destroy these ones because these ones live in the trees. So their food supply is actually leaves because every single fruit tree is seasonal, not always available. That is their diet from parchment earth. Coming right here.
is she?
This is one of them.
OMG. I'm sorry.
They're about to travel, that is the thing. We might have to just keep on tracking them because when they're in travel mode, they're in travel mode. Still in, but they're in trouble.
Is it because it's raining? Or but
we could actually
I'll just let you hang around back here. That they can go home. How you doing? Good.
How you doing, girl?
Good. How are you?
Hot. You know water, something cool to drink?
We'll be back.
All right. You need to remember the skinny guy. It's on the Bob Barker.
Okay, thank you, Bob. I think it's at 10. I gotta check the paperwork.
So that actually was not the end of our trip. After we finished zip lining, cave tubing, ATVing, looking at the Mayan ruins, feeding the monkeys, can't forget that part, and all of the hiking that we did, we took a ferry, y'all. Guess where? To this little place called San Pedro. The Belizean people refer to it as San Pedro, but I'm gonna say San Pedro. So we took a ferry to San Pedro, and that ride was it was a little hard for me because I got a little seasick, but it's okay. We made it. As soon as we touched ground, I was so happy. Just sunk my feet into the sand and just relax a little bit. Of course, we did some sightseeing while we were there. Got some food and just pretty much relaxed on the beach the entire day and just listened to the sound of the waves. It was amazing. Definitely amazing. If you ever visit Belize, take yourself a little ferry and go visit San Pedro. You will love it. After that, we took the ferry back to Belize and of course headed back home. Had some car issues, but again, that didn't stop us. And yeah, I think we called it a night, and then we did some packing that night just so we could sleep in the next day. But all in all, Belize is a wonderful place to visit and I thoroughly enjoyed myself. The best part, the most memorable experience besides the adventures with the monkey and all the other adventures was just sitting down, right? Sitting down and talking to the people, talking to Miss Peggy, talking to our tour guides. We ended up going to a restaurant our final night there and just sat at the pier and just talked. Miss Peggy brought some of her family and it was just a cool experience. So man, if you're ever thinking about visiting Belize, contact me so I can get you into contact with Miss Peggy and she will definitely show you the ins and outs of Belize. So I hope you enjoyed my video. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, remember to love God, love others, and love yourself.
Happy birthday, Sade.
Thank you, Nicole.
So we are in San Pedro right now. So it's about an hour away from Belize City and we rode the ferry. See all the water? Ooh, and the beautiful children. Okay, catch you later. Yay! Okay guys, we finally made our arrival to San Pedro, or as one of our tour guides called it, San Peasy. We're in San Pedro. Sade and I, the birthday girl, celebrating 29 years of life. Thank you, Jesus. It's so beautiful out here. It's so beautiful, so peaceful, so calm, so serene, and the water is just amazing. Look, check it out. Oh my gosh, right? So clear and pretty. Say hi to the camera, Sade.
Hi. Are you live right now?
No, it's
Oh. Hi, everybody.
all right. We're off to get some food. This is just so beautiful. All right, take care, everybody. Love you. Love you, Mom.
Wait, there's more. So, after we finished the zip lining, the cave tubing, the ATVing, the feeding the monkeys, the hike to the Mayan ruins, the other 5,000 hikes, and the trip to San Pedro, we finished everything with a quick trip to what I will refer to as Water World in Belize. So kind of similar to if you see my last video, Disneyland Paris, there was like this mini water world in Belize.
Okay, y'all, so here goes that mini water world I was referring to. Right up above at the very top of the screen is this humongous water slide that I actually did not get on because it looked a little scary. But they had playgrounds, swing sets, the whirlpool, little floaty inner tube things. So much fun. Like, I really would go back just for this.
We were like the only ones there. Okay, we felt like the only ones there. It was probably like maybe 20 other people, but still my point is it was not packed. We didn't have to wait nobody's line. We didn't have to, no words. This mini water world had like this small little whirlpool. It had like 5 little slides. It had like a swing, and below that was like a pool full of water. It was just so pleasant. And I'm gonna do way better with documenting my experiences and accurately documenting every place that I visit. But you know, I I'm only gonna go off of memory, and I don't think I have any pictures of that place, but I'm gonna refer to it as the little water world of Belize. And just picture in your mind little slides everywhere and like a swing set with a pool, a little whirlpool, and just fun. And picture 2 brown-skinned girls running around like we're children. And then when you look off into the distance, you can see like these big, beautiful rocks, right? And it was the water, this huge body of water. And if you just stare, you can just like, it was like no limit. Like the water went so far, like your eye, it was like, all you could say was wow. Look at what God created. Look at another beautiful creation that God made. It was just, man, super, super enjoyable. So this is the end of my video, I promise. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, remember to love God, love others, and love yourself.
Always make sure that passport is current and make sure you have at least 6 months. And if you need to exchange currency, do that as well. Okay, we really are at the end of my video. I want to thank you all for tuning in, for listening to me, for joining in my travel with me to Belize. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. I hope you're inspired to get out there and talk to people, meet new people, learn about their culture, and just experience and enjoy life. So I just have a couple more pictures to share, but this really is the end of my video. Thank you.